Hey guys, so today let's fold some diaper laundry and talk a little bit about a fun topic. I want to talk about my first impressions of cloth diapering, kind of like the mindset that I was in and the first things that I assumed, assumptions I had about cloth diapering right before I decided I was going to give it a go. So, or right at the very beginning when I was starting to get into it. I just want to talk about things that I was thinking and how they have changed throughout my cloth diapering journey. So I started cloth diapering when Calvin was 9 months old or something like that. So that would make it, I'm nearly 3 years into cloth diapering, 2.5, 3 years into my cloth diaper journey. So yeah, let me get my phone out, find some of the topics I wanted to discuss, and let's hop right in. So I thought we'd film over here by the window. I'm sure you guys can't see outside, but if it looks all white outside, it's because it's snowing. It's our first snow of the year. I am somebody who loves snow. So one thing was folding flats. When I heard flat cloth diapers, I assumed we were gonna be, doing some origami folding, rolling it all up, slapping it on the baby and pinning it on the baby, right? That's what I assumed flat diapers were all about. I had no idea that all I had to do was just fold it into a neat little pad folded rectangle and it was gonna work just fine. And not just folding it onto baby, I thought that I would need to do that at every diaper change. I thought I would have this big pile of flats, and every single time it was time to change the baby, I would have to fold it all up into a diaper. I didn't realize right now what I'm doing, on laundry day, maybe you should take some time and fold them up into the shapes that you need them in instead of waiting until it's diaper changing time to start folding them into the shape that you want. Another thing that surprised me was everybody online being you have to change every 2 hours. That's all the time. You're just gonna be changing diapers all day long. And right now, thinking back on that, I'm how long was I leaving my baby in diapers to begin with? 2 hours is no time. They should definitely be getting a new diaper in 2 hours, even if they're wearing a disposable. I'm just trying to think, was I really leaving Calvin in his diapers longer than 2 hours? That just sounds ridiculous. Your baby should be getting a new diaper frequently. You shouldn't just put him in the diaper in the morning, put him in a diaper at lunchtime, put him in a diaper at bed. No, that's not how babies wear diapers. I was also kind of afraid of the wash routine. That's one thing when I was starting to do research, that just was the thing that sounded like everyone had so much trouble with it, and I was worried that I would end up being like everybody else I saw on all the forums or whatever, complaining about my wash routine. And I was kind of, worried, that's the biggest part, right? That's the biggest part of cloth diapering. You can figure out how to put a cloth diaper on a baby, figure out what thing works best for you, but then you have to get it clean. That's a totally different situation than disposable diapering a baby. Disposable diapering a baby, you're slapping a diaper on just like you're slapping a cloth diaper on. But when you have to think about actually getting those diapers clean instead of just tossing them out, that's totally different. It just seemed like everyone online had this big formula for doing diaper laundry, and if you didn't do it this way, you were doing your diapers wrong. Your diapers are gonna get effed up in some way. Your diapers are not truly clean. It just felt like there was such a bossy attitude online about how you're supposed to do cloth diapering and cloth diapering laundry in particular. And that I can see how that kind of environment, just getting on Google and looking up cloth diapers, just cloth diapers, and just finding all of the different forums and pages and people just talking about what's the correct and incorrect way to do your diapers. It was just overwhelming, and I could totally see how that would absolutely turn people off from even trying to get into cloth diapers. And I don't think that's a benefit for our community. That's not a benefit for us as people trying to either save money or just have cute little butts to look at, or to help save the environment and not have so much trash. That kind of attitude is not helpful. I was also intimidated by nighttime. It took us a few months. Like I said, I think I started cloth diapering Calvin at about 9 months old, and I didn't start putting him in nighttime diapers until like 11-ish months old. So it took me a couple months to get up the courage to want to put him in nighttime diapers, because once again, just getting online and looking up stuff about cloth diapers, you see so many people who are like, I can't figure out nighttime, baby's wetting through everything, everything is just soaked, I don't know how much absorbency he needs, I just can't find a system that works for us. And so I assumed, holy crap, it's gonna be a lot of trial and error to figure out how to do nighttime for my baby. But turns out, I mean, we figured it out like it was nothing. And I know that not every system works for everybody, but this was our system for a long time, and it still is for my littlest, who's like 20 months old right now. A fitted diaper and a hemp insert. Put it together, put it inside a cover, and that's it, boom. It always works for us. If like Calvin, like as he got bigger, he would start out peeing that, I would just add in a double of these, 2 extra hemp, or 1 extra, 2 hemp inserts, or a Prefold that's just bigger and bulkier than a regular little insert here. That was our solution. A fitted diaper, something that wrapped around his hips, that wasn't just pad folded, but wrapped around him, plus some hemp in there, and we were good to go, and it's worked perfectly fine. When Calvin started getting a little bit bigger, we would use like hemp pants over him, or wool pants over him. My mother went to like the Goodwill and got some old wool sweaters and made little diaper covers and pants and stuff, and that worked awesome. And wool is a big part of the diaper community, so if that's something that you struggle with too, wool will pretty much cover anything. But I think some of the issue with like overnight is that it feels like you have to do a lot of trial and error, and it feels like you're gonna have to invest in some things that aren't going to end up working for you. And so I can see why that can be kind of feel like a burden and feel like it's gonna suck real bad, because I know what it's like to own a bunch of diapers that you just aren't happy with, that you just wish you had never bought, that you wish you could go back to the beginning and get your perfect stash and never have to go through the trial and error stage. That would be really, really nice. And so that's why like people around me who are having babies or thinking about having kids in the future and stuff, it's like, come to me, I will tell you exactly what you need to do the cloth diapering thing without you having to go through and find stuff that you're not gonna dig. But then the other part of me is like, everybody has different preferences. Not everybody wants to sit here and fold a bunch of flats every time they do the diaper laundry, right? Just because I love flats doesn't mean everybody's gonna love them. And so I understand that there are differences between people's preferences, of course, but I really do wish that I could just go back in time and like skip all of the trial and error stage where I had inserts I didn't like, inserts that didn't hold enough pee. I just wish I didn't have to do all of that. Now, one thing that I definitely did take away from looking at all the cloth diaper forums and stuff is the fact that I did not want microfiber. From the very beginning, I knew I did not want to deal with it. It just sounded like everybody had a tough time with it, and so I knew from the start I wanted to go with more natural fibers. And so aside from like I have some pockets or all-in-ones and stuff that have microfiber in them, but aside from that, I have pretty much stuck to all natural fiber diapers, and I'm super happy, super glad that I started that way from the very beginning. Now actually, the first diapering system that I bought some Prefolds. I think they were like Dandelion brand on like Amazon. I think they were a bamboo cotton blend, and I started with like a medium-sized Prefold and some Thirsties. Good old Thirsties Duo Wrap covers, and that was my initial diapering system. I thought it was okay. I just used pad folded Prefolds. I thought that it went pretty well, except I felt like maybe I was getting leaks right at the beginning, but I felt like that was more because I didn't prep my diapers enough. Like I just washed them a couple times and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw these on the baby. And then I would have leaks every once in a while and I'm like, what the heck is going on? But after a few weeks or I don't know, a month or whatever, and after I had washed them several times, things started to improve a little bit, but I realized that Prefolds were just not my thing. And Prefolds are easy. You take them out of the wash and you just, flop them together and make a pad fold, super easy. Not as much folding, maybe it's slightly faster than folding up a flat, but I just didn't like the dry time. I felt like I had to put my dryer on like super high and run it super long, and then they still come out a little bit damp, and that bugged me. That's the thing I love about flats, is like you throw them in the dryer and they're gonna be dry in no time. All of the other random little random little inserts and stuff that are in here. They're still gonna be a little bit damp from the wash or from the dryer, but all my flats are always perfectly dry. So I'm not even sure what made me decide to go with flats instead of Prefolds, but I'm super glad that I figured out flats were the way to go because I absolutely love my stash of flats. So anyway, that's just kind of the topic I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my little random video here. If you guys have any, like I don't know if I want to call like first impressions or like assumptions you had about cloth diapers at the very beginning that you think have somehow your opinions have changed over time since you actually got into cloth diapering, let me know about them down below. I'm sure there are plenty of people down there who have different experiences than I do with different aspects of cloth diapering. So it would be awesome to hear from you guys down below so we could have a little conversation about how cloth diapering is both easy and difficult and how it feels in the beginning versus years down the line. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's little chat. If you have any comments, leave them down below and I will talk to you guys next time.